welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah, and I took a poll on Twitter earlier this week and I asked, what do you guys want to see next? And the choices was a homemade Weight Watchers pizza with the 2-ingredient dough, a Weight Watchers version of a poutine, and I believe it was I'm gonna mess up his name, Joe Coy, tuna milk, because I saw a video on it, so I thought it would be nice to recreate it, but Weight Watchers version. So today I am about to make my husband's dinner, and it happens to be my homemade pizza. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and the points will vary depending on the yogurt that you use and how much that you use of the flour. This recipe is equal parts. I will be doing half a cup of each, and that should be I believe 5 or 6 points pizza dough. So I already showed you what the toppings were, and all my husband's toppings, I believe 5 toppings, 6 points for it. So I'm going to show you how I whip this dough together. So I have a half a cup of fat-free Greek yogurt plain and a half a cup of flour. And I have a little bit over there for my hands when I finally get into it and for my rolling pin. I do not add this up with the points with this dough because you're going to have excess. You are going to have a cleanup. You don't need a bench scraper to make this dough. I like using it. I fold it in almost like if you were going to make homemade cinnamon rolls. That's what's worth, because it does the layering. But it just helps me get it all combined without having to touch it right away and get my hands all clumpy. I push down. And at times you may think it's not going to come together, but it really does. You just gotta knee it. Now, I've never made it in my stand. I do want to see if it's, I guess, stand proof, but if you don't have a stand mixer, don't worry. Obviously, you can tell you don't need it. Still a little tacky, but like I said, it's coming together, and you see I still have a good amount of flour to work in.
This dough is also good to make pizza pockets, calzones, garlic knots. You can make this pizza as big or as thin. I like to give my husband a crust, so you'll kind of see why I use the cake pan. I haven't attempted it yet. I haven't attempted to make a Chicago deep dish. So if you've been thinking about it, I definitely suggest you to use a cake pan. Preferably anything smaller than a 9-inch. A 9-inch is perfect for a crust, at least for this amount of dough. I'm not a perfectionist, but I do try to keep it as even as possible. That way there's crust all the way around. There we go. So you see how big I got it? I have my cake pan. You see there's plenty of room all the way around. I was going to use pan, but since I have my olive oil spray, I'm going to use that. So I originally found this recipe from Felicia's Journey, or Felicia something. She's very big here. She recently met Oprah in Hawaii, and she just announced that she's pregnant. Anyways, I'll leave her link to her channel. I found this recipe through her, and I can't remember if she pre-baked her crust, but my husband likes a good crunch and his pizza well done, so I do a pre-cook on this just for a few minutes, maybe like 8-10 minutes the most, and I'm just flipping the edges over to make that crust. You see some sides have more crust than the other, but that's fine. You can kind of stretch it out or rip it and pull it over. And I also can't remember if she forked her crust. I did. Before I started this video, I preheated my oven to 350. Just gonna take my fork and just go like this. I don't care how many holes you put, it's up to you. You don't even have to do this part, honestly. It just seems to work for me. I'm just gonna go down now, because it's all pretty high, and I want it to be close. Okay. Now I'm also gonna spray my crust a little lightly with the olive oil, because I like to add some Italian seasoning, just a little. Gives it a nice, I don't know, just a nice flavor. And then I also like to add this. It's not spicy at all, it's actually very smoky. And in the grinder, it's paprika flakes, sea salt, garlic, and basil. That's everything I like to put in my sauce. So this is how it looks. I'm gonna throw this in the oven for like 8 to 10 minutes, and I'll bring you back.
The alarm clock just went off, so I'm gonna pull out the pizza and I'm gonna show you how it looks. Let me just keep that oven going. See? I can, let's see if I can do it this way. Oh, breaking the crust. It's already cooked, par away. So, as I showed you. I got the Trader Joe's marinara sauce. This is 1/4 cup for 1 point. Fat-free Kraft mozzarella cheese. I have a 1/2 cup here for 1 point. I have the apple something, I forget the brand, but uncured turkey pepperoni, 17 of them for 1 point. 2 tablespoons of turkey bacon bits for 1 point. And then I also have some black olives for my husband, 2 points for those.
Show you how I do this.
So I'm going to put this back into the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll show you how it comes out. Alexa, start a timer for 15 minutes. Oh, wow. So this is 15 minutes. One. So that's 15 minutes in the oven. Let's see if I can. And that's how we like it. You can add more or less toppings, more cheese, less cheese. You don't have to do it in a cake pan. You can easily do it on a cookie sheet, slap it on some foil and lay it in the oven. But this is just the way I like to make it. I'm sorry for hitting the cupboard. But I'm gonna let this chill for a little bit, and then I'm gonna slice it up and toss this bad boy in the microwave, and my husband will eat it when he comes home. So it's good right out the oven. It's good a few minutes later. I made garlic knots with these before, and the garlic knots were good the next day. So it's all up to you, and this is even better done in a pizza pocket. I've done taco pizza. I've done buffalo, like that creamy buffalo chicken dip style pocket. That was really good. And even like barbecue pork or chicken, whatever you want. The main recipe here is really the dough, and you can do anything with it. So I hope this helps somebody out there. If you have any tips or suggestions for me or a recipe, I did try to attempt to make cinnamon rolls with this, but I think the reason why it didn't come out good was I didn't use self-rising flour. I use all-purpose. So if I ever conquer that recipe, I'll come back and make it for you. So until next time, thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notification every time I upload a new video. So, bye everyone.